So today first concept is a functions. So first of all, what is a function and what is the purpose of function? How we are executing? How we are executing? Here, function is a block of instructions. Block of instructions means this is open brace and close brace with name. So any name, let's say add function. So what is this block code? It contains the logic to add numbers. Function is a block of instructions to perform a task. So function has name, is a name. And to add two numbers, function is taking input. Function is taking input. Here it is a two values. Let's say, for example, a value and b value is taken. Then it will add two numbers. Every function has name to call. So this is what arguments we can call, or we can call it as a parameters also. Arguments to take input values. Input values. Program execution automatically starts from one function called main function. See how to write that first code. How to write first code? Main function. Main function. By default, this is return type. Main function return type is an integer. I'll explain why. And return 0. It is returning that value 0. Every function return value is a 0. Main function. So what is the purpose? In the beginning already we discussed. It is giving information to operating system that program executes successfully. Here you can write anything, just like a program starts. Program starts. Program execution automatically starts from the main function. Automatically starts from the main function. That is, sir, can I write another function? Means look at this. How to write other functions here? How to write other functions? Here, this is other function. Just any name. Testing. Testing. Name also I am giving test. This is function. But a very, very important point is when you run this, the code will not execute. It is giving that error is return type defaults. You need to give the return type. Here integer na, sir, I don't want to return anything. At least void we have to write. Void. See, but still what is executed? Program execution starts from the main function only. Other functions will not execute automatically. So then if you want to execute this function, you have to call that function. This is calling function. When you run, still you will get one error. Why? Because before defining any function, here you need to specify we are using this function, void test. This is actually called prototype. And this is called definition. Every function has three things. Function definition, we can say that function body or logic, function call, and function prototype. All these three important. Function body, function call, and function definition. When you run, now output will come. Sir, how many times it will come? How many times you call? I'm calling test again. I'm calling test again. Is executing. How many times? 3 times you have called, so 3 times executed. 3 times executed. Sir, inside the function, how many statements you can define? There is no limitation. See here, I'm just writing hi and I'm writing hello, hello. I'm writing the welcome and just run it. Nothing is executing. Why? Because you didn't call. You have to call from the main function. Test, calling 1 time, calling 2 times. So program executed. This is first time call and this is second time call. Is a first time call and is a second time call. This is how it is executed. Hope you got it. And now, sir, how many functions we can define in a single program? There is no limitation. See, let's say ABC. Inside, it's an ABC function. ABC function. XYZ. Here it is what? XYZ function. XYZ. Sir, in which order we need to call? In which order we need to call? In any order. You can call ABC first or you can call XYZ first. Sir, I'm calling XYZ first. Calling. Next I'm calling ABC. Sir, again I'm calling ABC. Again I'm calling XYZ. In which order you have called? In the same order executes. But here error is what? Here we need to write the prototypes. We need to write the prototypes. Look at this. Is a 1. So any number of functions you can define in a single program. In which order you are calling the function? In the same order, the functions get executed. Next one is the function with the arguments. Function with arguments means input values. Function with the arguments. So what is that function with arguments? See, look at this. Here, I'm taking one function, add function. To perform addition operation, minimum 2 integers required or 2 numbers required, not integers exactly. 2 numbers required. See, these are called arguments. Taking input values. Here, we are just adding them, C equal to A plus B and printing them, sum equal to percentage D, that C value printing. But whenever you are calling this function add, you have to pass values 10, 20, let's say. 10 will store into A, 20 will store into B, AB. That result will store into C and printing that some value. And same here, whenever you are writing prototype, a very, very important, add int, int. Variable names not required, but data types required. See, 2 data types integers na. Here you need to specify int and int. This is prototype. This is calling. And this is definition. So these are what arguments. So when you pass values, the values will come and store into this one. Function with the input values. Some value 30. Sir, any number of arguments you can pass? Yes. Let's say number of examples I'll show you here. I'm taking that number is even number or not. Is taking the number and checking that number is even number or not. If the number is divisible by 2 is called even number, else not even number. Not even number. So you need to write the prototype first. In prototype, already I told you, no need to write this name. Just simply we are calling is even, passing that 13. What will happen? 13 will store into this n, checking that even or not. Here is a 1. Here, sir, how can we pass like individual values? Individual values means what? How to pass first array as an input? Array. Here taking one array, look at this. Array name I'm giving X. Value 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is array na? I'm calling one function name like a test. It is taking array Y. Size no need to specify. This is very, very important. Variable name, same name you can use or different name you can use. Size no need to specify. Automatically this array will come and store into this one. Here prototype we need to write void test like this. Prototype we are writing. When you are writing the prototype, just printing that one. Here it is one by one printing. %d, comma, y of 0. Because that location is what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So y of 0, y of 1, y of 2 like this. Sir, I want to print all at a time. Sir, why it is not executing? Because you didn't call the function. You are passing array as an input. Very, very important. Passing array as input to function. That value will store into y. Y of 0 means what? Now this is 1 only. Output is a 10 will print. Sir, I want to print all values. Then what you will do normally? For I equals to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Because up to 4 only. No? Y of I. Y of 0, y of 1, y of 2, y of 3, y of 4. Passing array as an input. Sir, I want to pass string as an input. Passing string as an input. String means with the double quotes easily you can pass. No? Yes or no? Just name I am passing, Amar. That you can collect into string. You know how to collect into string. Let's say name. Enough. Just printing that. Name is %yes. That name is printed. Automatically this value will come and store into this one. How can you write? This is character array. This is character array. When you run the code, look at this. Name is Amar. Sir, can I pass integer and name? Yes, of course. Look at this. Integer age, name. Sir, age I am passing 23. Let's say function name also I am changing. Details. Details. Function name, just details I am passing or data we are passing. First integer, age and name. Collect into age integer. Name is a string type. So printing that age also. Age means what? %d na? Age. So any number of input values you can pass. Depends on the requirement. So first time we are calling is printing. Sir, can we call second time again details? Yes, 21. So Annie. Yes, with the second time details, second time we'll call. Is the first time calling with the first time details? Second time calling with the second time details. You can pass. So you can pass array as an input. You can pass string as an input. You can pass normal values as an input. You can pass a structure as an input. Now I'm showing that a structure as an input, how to pass. Right. Now we are taking that structure as an input. Struct employee. In the last class we discussed now. Employee ID, employee name, and employee, let's say salary. Okay. Now I'm creating struct employee variable E. Employee ID, employee name, let's say employee salary. Now the question is, sir, I don't want to print here. Normally what we do, printf that employee ID is percentage D. We already discussed E dot ID. Employee name is percentage yes, like E dot name, and employee salary is percentage like a 2F or 1F. Here it is what E dot salary we are writing. E dot salary. When you run this, output will print all the three. But my question is, sir, now what we need to do, taking one function, same details, passing structure as an input, don't print here. Call that and pass that E. E we are passing. E is a which type? Employee type. So you need to write a struct employee. E you can take or X you can take. If you take X dot ID, X dot name. Variable name can be anything. Just E value will store into X. This is what function is taking structure as an input. Array completed, string completed, normal integer completed, two integers completed. Now structure you can pass. And a very important one, please don't miss of writing the prototype. Prototype don't miss. When you run it, output is the same. But you are passing structure as an input to the function. Passing structure as an input to the function. That you please don't miss. A very, very important one. Got it. Next one is a input taking is okay. Now return values. This is also important. Function with return values. Return values means what? Now you will understand exact meaning of this integer. What is that? Let's say add function is taking two arguments as an input, adding them and printing them. Now don't print. Return. C you are returning because C contains result na. Return type is an integer. So here don't write void. Integer. It is returning the value. So when you are calling that add, passing 10, 20, and you just collect back into result. And just printing that value, printf that sum equal to that result printing. Here, prototype is also important. Int, int. Here, what we need to understand, observe. Concept is a function with return values. This is return type. Why? Because it is returning that C. C contains, see here. When you are calling the function, you are passing 10 and you are passing 20. 10 plus 20, 30. 30 is returning. That returned value will store into this result. And printing that result 30. Printing that result is a 30. This is return value. So anything you can return. Anything. Sir, for example, if I am passing one string, one string, I need only first character. Look at this. I need only first character. Let's say first char. It is taking string. Is any size. Look at this. Here it is. I'm calling that first char function. I'm passing ABC at the rate 1, 2, 3. This complete string will come and store into this one now. But now we need to return only first character. First character is in which location? 0th location. So return type, look at this, char. Sir, why char? Because you are returning that first char only. First char is in 0th location. That you are collecting into one variable. And you are just printing, look at this. First char is %C. Because single character now. And prototype is important. Prototype is important. When you run this, look at this. First char is A. Because ABC at the rate 1, 2, 3, first character is A. So this is how each thing will execute. Function with no arguments and no return values. How to write no arguments and no return values? Void test empty. Function with arguments with no return values like this. Function with arguments and with return values like this. No output, no return value, no arguments. With arguments and no return values. With arguments and with return values. Like that, we define different things. But input you can pass integer, float, double, array, string, structure, anything you can pass based on this one. Okay, complete this thing for today.